Now, Ennis was sworn in on Tuesday. The council didn't waste any time getting him right at the table with them. The last time he served on the council was from 2000 until 2001. I'm here with Ronnie Baltazar Lopez, and we were just speaking a little bit off camera. And he tells me with this race that he's in, he's feeling very optimistic. Now, Ronnie, it's showing early voting turnout is showing that your opponent has 63% of the vote. Are you confident that the turnout today will pull you to where you need to be for this race? Early voting numbers are in showing that Shoup is ahead in this race. And I spoke with him earlier today, and he tells me that if re-elected, he plans to work across the aisle to tackle issues like the cost of living right here in District 36. Stay inside, continue to hunker down. But if you're an essential worker and you need to get out, you might have to pull out that shovel to shovel your car out. People really made the most of the situation. It's super cold outside, but they brought the inauguration inside at Delaware State University, actually the very first inauguration to ever be held at an HBCU. As Colby and I were driving up to this gas station, we were taking a look on social media on Facebook, and there was a heavy police presence online. Imagine driving down the road and then bam, this happens. Well, that's the reality of one Salisbury woman who says a sheet of ice caused all of this damage. Governor Matt Meyer delivering his State of the State address with plans to tackle some of Delaware's most pressing issues. Libraries across the country are speaking out against President Donald Trump's plans to stop funding them. And here in Delaware, Congresswoman Sarah McBride says she's pushing back. Many families make cutting their own tree their Christmas tradition, but one local farmer tells me it's a long road from his farm to your home.
Leila, for police, this is also an ongoing investigation.
It is, Han, and the daughter of Denise Horsey says justice is long overdue.
We need help solving my mom's case. Just think if it was y'all mother and y'all was in my shoes, like what would you want someone to do?
A question that Denise Horsey's daughter Alicia has been asking for 19 years. Her mother's murder rocked Salisbury and has stuck with police.
April 8th, 2006, Salisbury Police Department got a 911 call for a female in the alleyway on the 300 block of Naylor Street screaming for help. The Salisbury Police Department arrived and found a lady unconscious laying in the alleyway, suffering from multiple stab wounds. She was transferred to the hospital and then later died of the injuries.
Surely someone in the close-knit Church Street community should have heard Denise crying for help or seen the person who stabbed her 5 times and left her for dead in that alleyway. But nearly 2 decades have passed and no arrests made. Lieutenant Brandon Caton believes the answers that law enforcement needs may lie in the community's hands.
We've been, talking to a lot of people, and it seems still very fresh with the people we talk to. Which would make you think, yeah, it's stuck with a lot of people.
Time may have continued, but life froze for Alicia. Losing Denise had a ripple effect on her entire family and friends who affectionately knew her as Niecy.
It's hard to explain because I'm her daughter, and I still have my moments where I'm just sad and I just be wanting her to be here, and I know I can't have her here anymore.
But the evidence collected back in 2006 has benefited from technological advancements over the years. Caton says now all they need is that one person to come forward.
They may not know, the investigation's still open and active, so sharing too much information is, tough. But yeah, I believe somebody knows.
She was somebody's mother. She has children out here. She has grandchildren out here that has to live without a mother or grandmother. So just take it serious as if it was one of your loved ones.
And now, Leila, I know that police are saying that they'll take any and all information they can get from the public on this.
Yeah, that's right. Anything, if you heard anything, if you saw anything that morning that may have looked suspicious, it was a Saturday morning back on April 8th of 2006. If you know something, you're urged to contact detectives at 410-548-3165. There were mixed emotions in the Worcester County Courthouse as the fate of Tyler Mayu was sealed after an over 2-year-long battle for justice for Gavin Knupp.
The family themselves are extremely disappointed in the sentence that was issued because it was below what the state had recommended, which was the family thought in this case was fair and reasonable.
Wednesday, family and friends of Gavin Knupp packed the courtroom, awaiting 24-year-old Tyler Mayu's sentencing for his conviction in the tragic hit-and-run that killed Knupp in the summer of 2022. Mayu sat before Judge Brett Wilson, head down, facing a possible 10-year sentence. Judge Wilson deciding an 18-month sentence was more suitable for the crime. Knupp's family attorney Neil Dubovsky says the family is not satisfied with the decision.
I do question, and I don't want to question Judge Wilson himself, he's an experienced judge and jurist. I do question whether or not that was the right approach given the high emotions of today. But I don't know that it affected the ultimate sentence that he issued, which again is one that the family is disappointed with.
The emotions could be seen and felt throughout the courtroom. Friends and family of Gavin's gave victim impact statements. Gavin's mom, Tiffany Knupp, saying, quote, "Tyler's choices took the life of my son and my daughter's best friend." And Gavin's friend Brody saying, Mayu, quote, "took one of the heart and souls of my entire life." Mayu also gave a statement reflecting on that fatal day, saying he takes, quote, "full responsibility for my role that I played." Mayu's attorney George Passaris had no comment for us after the sentencing. After his time behind bars, Mayu will serve a 3-year supervised probation. He has no chance for parole. But Dubovsky says the Knupp family believes the statements given by Mayu and members of his family showed no remorse.
The family absolutely does not believe any of them were sincere or genuinely remorseful. We saw them for what they were, which was an attempt on the part of somebody who was facing serious criminal scrutiny to avoid the consequences of his actions.
Reporting in Worcester County, I'm Leila Weah, WMDT, because local matters. It's the biggest snowfall on Delmarva in 3 years, and some folks had to dust off their old equipment to plow through all of this fluffy stuff.
I'm getting too old to shovel snow, so I went and bought this. I use it one time, and every winter I get it out and get it ready, and it hasn't snowed. So I hope to carry on that tradition, but it didn't work this year.
School was out for kids Monday, but for grown-ups like Jim Ennis, they were getting busy outside, plowing or shoveling their way out of their driveway or clearing a path on the sidewalk.
I live over here, so I'm just trying to help the neighbors out.
Like the kids, Edwin Gill also had off.
I wasn't sure if I should call in work or not, and I texted my boss, and she pretty much said, if you can make it, you can make it. If not, then we'll see.
But while he may be out of office, he sure hasn't stopped working.
As you see this morning, snowplows still haven't been through here, and as far as road conditions, I think they might get a little better. Plus, we'll clean up the sidewalks, so for some people to walk through here, they won't trip and fall.
And while Edwin can tolerate the bone-chilling cold and the fluffy white snow,
can't do anything really about it. What are you gonna do?
Jim, not so much.
Are you not the biggest fan of snow then, Jim?
Not really, no. When I was younger, yes, but now, no.
But just like that red snowplow sat in the garage waiting for its moment to shine, so did all of Jim's winter attire.
I've got a heated hoodie on that has a battery and insulated socks, insulated coveralls. I'm trying to stay warm.
Leila Weah reporting, WMDT, because local matters.